Hello again, everybody. This is emmavoid, back once more with another episode of my Wintermoor Tactics Club Let's Play. Last we left off, we'd run some games. Did we have a big battle last time? I think we did. I don't know. I'm bad. Oh right, the Equestrian Club. We fought the Equestrian Club. Beat up some horse kids. That was fun. And now we need to talk to Johnny about this figurine.
Alicia, I have an important quest for you regarding that artifact.
A quest? Like a CNC quest?
Exactly like a CNC quest, except in the true world. Scarlet has devoted her life to the study of strange artifacts and their unearthly resonances. She's normally here at the stadium, but she appears to have wandered off. Find her, and take the tiny plastic statue to her, and she will read its aura.
You seem pretty gung-ho about this.
Absolutely! The fate of the very school is at stake, friend Alicia.
I mean, yeah, okay. Guess you need to go find Scarlet, although, you have a side quest?
Oh, hello Alicia. I was doing nothing suspicious.
Oh, now I'm immediately suspicious. What do you have there? Wait, are you still detectiving? Isn't that not allowed since your club got disbanded?
A technicality. The case of the witching hour doesn't fall within the principal's jurisdiction. Our involvement is deeper than a mere club activity.
Still, the principal doesn't seem too sensible about this. Wouldn't it be safer not to?
Your concern for my well-being is admirable. Very well, I accept your kind offer.
Wait, offer?
I see that you too have cleverly noted the loophole in the principal's decree. Although I, as a former member of the psychic detectives, can no longer pursue my sleuthing, you are under no such injunction. I don't know. I cannot move, but all the same my actions built this land. I rise above my famous name, inside the four I stand.
This sounds less like a hint and more like a riddle. Are you giving me a riddle?
I can say no more. Be off! Godspeed!
Oh, well, I do know where that would be, actually. That's a fairly easy riddle.
I haven't checked in on a handle all day. At all today. Truly, I am growing as a person.
Aww. Alright, let's go look at, follow up on these things. Oh hey, look who's also here. Okay, well first off, so the side quest. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is where Johnny wanted me to go, but what does she expect me to find here? These look like some kind of horoscope riddles? When Aquarius is in the 4th chamber, the white lion shall turn the scorpion gold. This is Jania's thing, right? She'll understand what it means if I bring this back to her. Ah, okay. Well, we'll do that shortly. In the meantime, though, where is... Well, not here, apparently. Ah! There you are! Hey, don't you usually hang out over by the stadium?
I sense an aura of pernicious evil lurking around this campus. I am attempting to track it down. I see you have brought me an artifact of knowledge.
I guess? Just don't ask where I got it.
Oh, great spirits, let the streams of past, present, and future flow forth through me.
You're not summoning some kind of eldritch force, are you? Because I'm not really here for eldritch summonings.
Shh, the artifact speaks. This object was the source of great strife. This object is the source of great strife. This object will be the source of great strife. I see a room in the past. I see a fight, long-time friends torn asunder by a dark force of jealousy and hatred. I see suspicion, paranoia, persecution. I see a dark force rising into the world. I see... Oh, no. I see... Ah!
Scarlet, are you okay?
This is an object of overwhelming power, Alicia. You must guard it very carefully. Darkness approaches, and only a flickering candle flame remains to hold it back.
If it's really that bad, shouldn't I do something with it?
What course of action does your intuition demand?
I don't know about any of this. So maybe I should learn more about this figurine? Who is this pyramid guy, even? I guess I could go to the library, see if I could look up any information.
Then so you must. Your actions will determine our future, Alicia.
Huh. I mean, okay, cool.
Alicia, your artifact holds an overwhelming power. I must rest.
Alright, well, don't die. Alright, well, first off. Hey, Janya, I found some zodiac riddles. Were these what you were looking for? You don't need me to solve these too, right?
Excellent! I thank you. These notes provide conclusive proof that the one attempting to communicate with an astral entity was none other than the mayor. The next step of this mystery surely awaits me at the town hall. Since that's not on campus, there's no rule preventing me from following it myself.
Is there anything else you need help with?
I have given the matter deep consideration, and I will not ask you to assist further. You must focus your energies instead on the vital work of the Tactics Club.
I appreciate that. But I don't know if I would call CNC vital exactly. I mean, I think it can help people, but we're not out solving mysteries or rescuing people from danger or anything like that.
Nonsense! Tactics Club is crucial and sensible training. The world is full of those preparing to protect civilians from fire, or wolves, or other dangers. But who else will they turn to when they need to fight trolls, or space wolves, or other supernatural forces of evil? Tactics Club provides its members with important experience and a unique skill set. Never underestimate its value. I, personally, have become much improved as a person since joining it.
Thanks, Janya. Aww. Power word Persevere. Unlimited ability gives an ally +1 damage and a second attack if they KO an enemy. Ooh. Interesting. Never stop fighting even if the rules say you have to wait your turn. Nice. Alright. Well then. There's something so weirdly familiar about this thing. Haven't I seen it somewhere before? Scarlet said something about trusting my intuition. I guess this guy looks kind of like some kind of ancient god or idol, maybe? He's got pillars and stuff. Maybe I should try and find books on old mythology. The card catalog says mythologies in section 9.4. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember. Ooh. First though. Hey, Handle. Is it true that Scarlet is really good at figuring out an object's past? No. It's true that Scarlet is really good at figuring out an object's past by looking at it. It's a little like that show where people take old junk to see if it's secretly worth a lot of money, but with emotions and conflict instead of money. Huh. Oh. Finals are coming up, you know. Eventually. Have you heard of Slam Cola? It has twice the caffeine of regular sodas, for when you really need to slam that information into your brain. They say the long-term effects of caffeine are harmful, but the short-term effects of not having caffeine are way worse. Oh, that's a mood. No, that's 9.5. We're looking for 9.4. You die if you count to 100. No, that's 8.5. Why is this so poorly organized? This is it. Section 9.4, Mythology. Huh? Is this an old CNC catalog? I guess you could file that under Mythology. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Jacob say he saw that figurine in an old CNC module ad? Let's see. Here it is. The Gatekeeper of Ilamozar. From the very first year Curses and Catacombs was released. Huh. To the Castles of Lagaria. Advanced Catacombs Master Copy. Interesting. Darn, it looks like this module is advertised but never actually came out. Well, I guess it's not a total bust. At least we can say that creepy guy is called Illamazar. Illamazar. Also, it never came out? That's kind of a huge frickin' hint, don't you think? There has to be a way to find out more about Illamazar, but I guess I should get back to dealing with the whole snowball tournament thing first. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. Oh, hey Jacob. I thought you were going to go... Actually, what do you usually do all day? Loiter mostly. Anyway, I was gonna go look at some science lab stuff, but it turns out there's some sad horse kid in there. Sad horse kid? Yeah, Batu I think his name is. He's just standing there, staring at the wall. It's a real downer. Maybe you should go talk to him. Me? Sure. It was pretty rad how you helped out Janya when she came to the club. She was like this weird outcast, and you brought her into the group. Well, I mean, she kind of barged her own way into the group. Yeah, but you made her really feel like part of the team. Anyway, that kid looks real depressed. Maybe you could cheer him up too. You're way better at me than that sort of thing, so you should do it. Oh, wow. You really think I'm good at helping people? Totally. And this kid really seems like he needs it. I'm sure you'll know what to say when you see him. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess that means Batu's our next recruit. I guess that must be Batu. Jacob's right, he does look pretty sad. I guess I should say something to him. Oh, hey there! You're from the Equestrian Club, right? Batu, was it? Listen, I'm really sorry about what went down. Oh, okay. So how's the old club room here? Looks like even though the horses are gone, it still has a lot of science stuff? So, were you in Equestrian Club because you like horses? You, don't talk much, huh? Okay, listen, I know this is going to sound really weird, but do you want to come play some Curses and Catacombs with us? I had a hunch, let's say, that you were maybe feeling a little left out. That sounds like I would have to talk to people. Sort of, but it's different. Role-playing is a great way to express yourself without having to have a direct conversation with people. You can be someone else, the person you really want to be inside. Oh, maybe. Could I have a horse in the game? Absolutely! I'll look forward to seeing you there. Aha! And you can write an adventure for Batu now. Yeah, let's do that! Oh gods, I like writing adventures. This bit's so cool. Okay, Batu. He seems really shy. I need some way to draw him out of his shell. Maybe his character has some kind of secret, and he has to learn how to trust the party enough to tell them. I know he really likes horses. Maybe there could be some kind of secret magical horses, like... Ooh... Dragon horses, horses that are unicorns and Pegasi at the same time, horses that are ocean spirits, pure horses, avatars from the elemental plane of horse, secret order of martial arts horses. Amazing. No, but the unicorn and Pegasi, the alicorn. Let's go with the alicorn. Alright, yes, perfect. I'll call them Erquines. Now I just need some reason why the horses have to be kept secret. Some kind of prejudice where people think they're evil. People would definitely hunt these creatures down and use their parts for magical ingredients. If corrupted, I bet you could turn them into powerful weapons. Or maybe no one really believes they exist, so if you talk about them, people think you sound crazy. I think the magical ingredients one. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. Now, what next? I guess Batu's character needs some backstory with the Erquines. He needs a good reason to protect them. Sole survivor of an order of knights dedicated to protecting the Erquines. Maybe he was secretly raised by the Erquines as a child until they sent him back into the world of man. From a secret village where he's been chosen as a ceremonial emissary to the Erquines. Or maybe one of his ancient ancestors was actually an Airquine. Would that be too weird? I mean, I've heard weirder in D&D games. Alright, I'm feeling the raised by Airquines. That'll do, I think. I guess the last thing is, if he's going to have to confess his secret at some point, he's going to need a reason why he can't just fix this himself. Maybe some kind of super powerful villain has captured an Airquine, like Evil Witch, Skeleton Queen, that villain that we made up for Johnny's adventure, or a cruel general from the Esro, the evil inverse of the Airquines and their sworn enemies. The Esro, it's horse backwards! Nah, that's too good, I have to. Okay, I think I got this. Yeah, I think Batu will really like it. I hope anyway. Ah, this game is too good. Alicia, finally. Your, friend is here. He's not saying anything. It's kind of creepy. Oh, this is Batu. He's come to play C&C with us. I have another module. Really, Alicia? Can I talk to you for a second? Look, I get that Janya basically barged her way into the club and wouldn't take no for an answer. But why are you trying to recruit another one of our enemies? They tried to destroy us, Alicia. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Did you even notice that we're ready to do another session of our main campaign? Your club needs you. I feel like you're abandoning the rest of us for these weirdo new people. I'm not abandoning anyone, and I don't want to give up on our campaign. Then let's at least finish this chapter of our campaign before we start some new one. I'll just be back in the old club room. Aw, now I feel bad. Colin, what the heck? Don't be a jerk. Also, hold up. Oh, hey! Yeah, North America, Europe, South America, yeah. Why is it... Like, it seems weirdly focused on the Atlantic Ocean, though. Like, there's not even any room for most of the Pacific. That's weird. Or, like, you know, almost anything south of the equator. That's kind of important, too. Weird. Weird. Whatever. Yeah, I think I'll real quick run through one of these challenge levels, too. Let's do Rogies. Smush. There we go. Simple enough. Took me a little longer than it should have, but oh well. Alright. Pride of the Bone Bleach Plains. Long Distance Revenge. Okay, so now that you all have your special powers, I think you're finally ready for the Pride of the Bone Bleach Plains module. Wait, didn't we play that one a couple months ago? Technically yes, but this is a new re-release with updated Lionfolk social hierarchies and rebalanced elephant back combat. Besides, last time you guys didn't really get to fight the boss because he rolled that critical success on your Confuse spell. I love when that happens. Oh yeah, that lion guy thought his den was on fire, but it was really just the sun or something. That was sweet. Sweet though it may have been, now the head of the elite warrior pride of Lionfolk has returned for revenge. The dominant male and his pride of bloodthirsty huntresses circle, growing perilously closer with each graceful savage stride. The savannah is still, save for the ferocious rattle of the lion man's bearded mane. This oasis is nothing more than an ambush. Wait, an oasis? Weren't we in the mountains? Mountains can have oases, if they're sufficiently arid. More importantly, the lion man has traveled here just to get revenge on you. Ha-ha! Little did they know you befriended a powerful psychomancer. Oh yeah, I guess Johnny is there also. Okay, so the huntresses fight from a distance with boomerangs. Didn't we have some archer figurines somewhere we could use to represent ranged fighters? Oh yeah, I think they're over by the graveyard for unlucky dice. Gotcha. Here we go. Okay, so these archers will represent the huntresses, since they've both got ranged attacks.
Also, both are ladies, with impeccable style.
Just watch out for flying boomerangs.
Alright, interesting.
Alright, so let's see. Lionman Chieftain... He's got... Ooh, Shattering Roar. His physical weakness and it's ranged. And each of them have Thorn Arrow. Opponent nearest. Opponent highest current health. Alright, well... These archers do enough damage that if I confuse them, they'll take each other out. Okay, alright. Alright, I think maybe this will work. Let's see. You're gonna go after Roki. And it's because... highest current health. Alright. Alright, there's our turn. Oof, ouchie. Oh wait, that's not good. I may have made a mistake. Yep, I definitely made a mistake. Well, shoot. I might wind up having to reload this, but let's see where it goes as is. Alright, well. Oh well. I'll do better next time. Shoot, I should have brought the thing that gives me chaining through allies. Oh well. On the bright side, Let's see. There we go. That's how I can hit all of them at once with it. Achievement unlocked. See, Psychomancers are OP. That's pretty good. And then I can hit most, if not all of them. And then, confuse only works if they still have an enemy that's an ally to target. Well, shoot. There we go. That went a lot better than last time. Wow, you're expected to lose at least one player. Cool. Nice. Good job. I was thinking this would be really good training for us, since the Lionfolk Huntresses have a ranged attack that's kind of like throwing snowballs. Well, sure, I guess I can see that. Formidable tactics! Your preparation is wise. A good leader knows where to focus his attention. Anyway, now that that's done, I guess you can keep going with that other stuff you were up to. Right. Let's go talk to Batu then. Hey Batu, I'm sorry we were buds. Sorry about the delay, Batu. We just had to wrap up some loose ends in our other campaign. We're ready now. You're sure I'm welcome there? 100%. Okay, Batu, I have a great character worked out for you. He's a cavalier, a mounted knight, skilled at horse combat. Now we have to remember the rules for mounted combat? Are you sure it's okay for me to be here? Absolutely. We played what Colin wanted already, so now we have some extra time for your story. A promise is a promise. You can join us for this session. I guess I can give it a try. A mounted character does sound kind of cool. Alright. Real quick though, I'm gonna do this Crucible challenge. Oh, dang. Use can choose to defeat three with an enemy attack. There we go. There's our minimum. Oh! You didn't even actually have to defeat all of them, you just had to... Okay, cool. That works, I guess. Fortify. Alright. The right sonic word can stimulate the brain to produce extra vitamins, both magical and non-magical. Okay, now we continue on. Our domain in danger. The writer's trust. The party is nervous, for they are traveling the edge of the Nightmare Swamp, home to the black obsidian cave of Esro General Nyseladna. There we go. The Esro, oh god. She's not known to be kind to trespassers. You had intended to skirt the edges of her domain, coming only as close as you needed. But what's this? You spy a lone mounted figure being attacked by dangerous hordes. Batu, what's your character's name? I'm Sir Ardemain, if that's okay. It is Sir Ardemain, beset by hoof soldiers. Hoof soldiers, instead of foot soldiers. The minions of Esro General Nyseladna. He is struggling to keep them at bay. What do you do? We attack, obviously. Sounds like this Nyseladna is bad news. Nyseladna's minions will not let trespassers approach so easily. The hoof soldiers swarm you for daring to try to help. Alright. Interesting. So how are we gonna do this? Well, first off, Batu, Trample, Bull Rush. Alright, interesting, interesting. Okay, I think maybe this will work. Batu, the others are coming to Sir Ardamain's rescue. The hoof soldiers have set fire to part of the forest, so it won't be that easy. Oh, those archer hoof soldiers look pretty mean. It's okay. Your horse can do a charging attack to hit all of them at once. Let's see, how far does it take me? Range 4. Alright. Smush. Oh, interesting. Magimus puts out fire. Huh. Well, that's good to know. There we go. Easy enough. It seems these heroes are allies, both noble and powerful. Sir Ardamain, do you feel you can trust them with your secret mission? What do you say to them? Oh, valiant, folks. Will you aid me on my quest thing? Sure thing, man. I don't know, it seems suspicious if we don't even know what the quest is. I'm sure he's good for it. No, I'm serious. Why should we just trust this guy we just met? Alicia, you have to give Edwald a better reason than he seems cool. Edwald isn't going to trust someone with no reason. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but Edwald doesn't know this guy from Adam. He could be a spy. We know nothing about who he is or what his motivation is. I'm not just going to suddenly be all buddy-buddy with him just because you say so. I should go. Aww. Colin? Smooth. What? I wasn't trying to be mean or anything, I'm just being true to our characters. Ugh, I hate that excuse. I'm going to go track him down. When we get back, you really should give him a chance. Ugh. Colin was kind of mean. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, well. Alright, real quick though, I did notice another thing. Or wait, no, the side quest is here. Who's got that side quest for me? Ah. Oh, Alicia, how I envy your carefree days. You really shouldn't. I actually have a lot of cares. Ah, you're so modest. If only someone would help me on this very hopeless day. Sure, I hope that's... Nah, fine, what's the matter? Fine, what is it? Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but it seems that you have friends, correct? I sure hope so. See, even though there's so little status or material gain in being friends with you, you still have many friends. Whereas I, despite all my wealth and successes, seem to have no true friends at all. I am impeccably dressed and well-groomed. I embody proper etiquette for a New England academy. I have tried 3 brands of toothpaste. Yet somehow, all of my attempts to connect with others, even those of significantly lower classes, go awry. Alicia, I've always thought of you as an earthy sort who is in touch with the common man. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Is there any hope you could save me by discovering what about me our classmates do not find delightful? I might have a few ideas. Oh, wonderful! Here's a list of girls on campus that I have attempted to befriend. Please ask them what it is that they dislike about me and return with your findings. Oh my goodness. I mean, alright, sure. I can do that. Let's see, who are the ones I need? Candace, Genevieve, and Katie. Here we go, Candace. Hi, Candace. I, have a question for you. Really? For me? Is it about dogs? Not this time. I was just talking to Kimberly, and she thought you might not like her. Kimberly. She's just so insensitive. Remember when I got caught trying to keep that beagle in my room, and how it was the saddest day of my life when it got taken away? Kimberly walked right up to me and said she knew just how I felt because they wouldn't allow her chauffeur on campus to drive her between classes. Can you imagine? I was so sad and angry. She's lucky I didn't pop her one. I can see how that would take some restraint. Good job, and thanks for the info. Hi, Genevieve. I have a question to pass on to you. Ah, missive. My stars, is it perhaps from some scandalous vicomte who wishes to meet in the bower and professes eternal but forbidden love? No, it's from Kimberly. She wants to know why you don't want to be friends with her. She's so spoiled and phony, like an earl trying to cheat his brother out of his inheritance. I professed my admiration for the many balls and grand parties she gets to attend, and she said there were too many parties and that I would probably get bored. Does she know how long I've dreamt of being a socialite? How is it fair that she gets it when she doesn't even appreciate it? Ugh! My apologies, Alicia. I don't mean to take this out on you. No, it's okay. That was helpful. Oh my goodness. Can't believe that thing's hanging up there. Ah. Oh. Huh? Oh, you. What do you want? Katie, don't be mean. Hey, have you guys seen Batu? Oh, why do you care? I was just hoping to cheer him up a little with some curses and catacombs. Batu's not sad, he's just shy. He doesn't like talking to new people, so I doubt he's going to talk to you. He's probably in the art room. That's where he hangs out when he gets nervous or overwhelmed. Chelsea! What? Don't reveal info to the enemy? Oh dear. Hey now, I know you kids love your loitering, but this is not how disbanding a club works. Once you're done, you're done. I don't want to see you kids hanging out again in a club-like manner. Especially not in this room. Now go, shoot, disperse. I will be finding you individually later for interviews about my stolen property. Oh, that's worrisome. Also, hey Katie. Hey Katie, I think Kimberly could use some help, if you have a moment. Oh, why did she drag you into this? Can't she just buy her way out of whatever problem it is? Well, she feels alone, like she doesn't have any friends. That's no surprise with someone that clueless and self-centered. We had to work on a group project together in history class right after the horses were taken away in the budget cuts. You know what she said to me? I don't know why you're so upset. Can't you just get your parents to donate a stable to the school or put in a word with a board member at the country club? I wanted to start an argument or call her out on being such a brat, but it wasn't worth my time. Thanks for letting me know. You really are quite the martyr, trying to bail her out. My advice is to focus on people worth protecting. Well, I guess that's everyone. I guess that's everyone. Guess I'll have to figure out how to break this to Kimberly. Yeah. Tell Kimberly the truth. Hey, so... Oh, I knew you'd come back. Please, be honest. What do people think of me? Well, they were a bit... By all means, please be completely honest. It's extremely important that I learn the unvarnished truth. You sure? To be totally honest, people think you're kind of self-absorbed and not very empathetic. What? But that's absurd. I listen to people's problems, I relate with them, and I even try to give them solutions. How could anyone possibly find me self-absorbed? It can be hard to relate to people, especially when you're coming from different places. Sometimes you can hurt someone's feelings without trying. For example, when you said, "Can you help me? I don't have any friends." What if I said, "I really envy you because I have too many friends. It's hard to keep track, and it's a real problem." Too many friends? That does not seem like it's much of a problem at all. Alicia, I hate to say it, but I doubt your sincerity. That might be the way you came across to Genevieve. I know she can be a little much, but she spent her whole life dreaming about balls and cotillions. You just dismissed those as not worth the trouble. When you said those things weren't worth it, it was like you were saying her dreams weren't worth it. I was just trying to make her feel better. It seems I have made a mistake and offended my classmates, but I'm still not sure what I can do. Would you mind terribly giving another example? Okay, let's say that when you asked the thing, I said, "I know just how you feel." My friend Carol was on the phone once when I wanted to talk to her. But that's not the same at all. You'd still have other friends, and you would surely have the attention of Carol in time. My problem is much worse. Oh no, are you mocking me? Not mocking you. That's just how Candace felt after her dog was taken away, when you said you knew how she felt. Having a dog meant the world to her, and you compared it to a minor inconvenience for you with your chauffeur. That was more than a minor inconvenience. But I suppose she does quite like dogs. Seems I've made a mistake and offended my classmates, but I'm still not sure what I can do. Yes, one more example. That's an easy one. You should just try being nicer to people. What? But I do try to be nice to people. I try very hard, in fact. What am I doing wrong? Am I simply not a nice person? Am I doomed to be mean? That's the way Katie took it when you said that the Equestrian Club's problems were easy to fix. It might be easy for you to fix things like that, but Katie didn't have that sort of influence, even though she tried really hard. When I was upset as a child, my parents would always say it was nothing to cry about and they could fix it. Is that not what everyone wants to hear? Well then, I suppose all my efforts have done is hurt people. Alicia, if you are a friend expert, what should I have done? Or would it truly be best for me to give up on having friends? I don't think I'm any friend expert. I still feel nervous talking to people, like I'm just guessing what to say. But maybe, if you want to make someone feel better, it helps to make them feel less alone. And I think you accidentally made people feel more alone by making them feel like they were different or not good enough. Sometimes it can be enough to just listen. But you did so much more than listen. You went out of your way to help me and spent time and effort to show how much you cared. I'm jealous. But I suppose I don't have to be jealous. I can do that same thing next time I try to make friends. Perhaps I can even start now. Alicia, I've heard you have some problems with fantasy battles. I've heard this can be quite useful in such situations. Please, allow me to offer it as thanks. Aww, designer boots. +2 tactics points if you're standing in a tile with ground effect when you use Spark. These boots are from last season, but they can still protect your feet, I suppose. It's really okay. You don't have to give people things to be friends with them. But this might actually be a big help. Thanks. Aww. Alright. That seemed worth it, I think. Hey, Batu. Hey, Batu. Sorry about Colin. He didn't mean anything by it. You should come back. I have a great storyline planned for you. So, the art room, huh? I heard you were into painting. Is that right? A little. My dad is into painting. He mostly paints pictures of horses. Oh, is that why you're into them? Sort of. It's kind of a family thing. I drew a picture of a horse the other day, actually. I think I still have it. Here it is. Oh. I know I'm not really any kind of expert or anything. I didn't realize you felt that way about horses. I'm really much more into writing than drawing, but I think it's important to have a way to express yourself. I guess. It can be hard sometimes. That's why I really think you should give CNC another chance. You seem really cool. I'd hate to let one awkward experience mean I couldn't get to know you better. What do you say? One more shot? Okay. If you really want, I guess. Fantastic. Here, let me tell you about Sir Artemain's secret quest. Alright. Alright, let's get back to it. The soul of a horse. Ooh, we'll get a upgrade. Nice. Alright. Okay, so we're still waiting on a good reason to trust him. Sir Ardomain, you feel moved enough by the actions of these heroes to reveal your quest to the adventurers. Right. Well, I'm trying to protect these Erquines. They're, magical flying unicorns. They're really important to me. You see, they took care of me when I was left abandoned in the woods, and they taught me everything I know. Okay, but why should we help you with them? Why haven't you gone and raised an army of mercenaries or something if they're so important to you? I can only tell someone I trust. The Erquines are very valuable. Lots of their parts are used for magic spells and stuff, so people hunt them. That's why we have to save them. The Esro and the Erquines have always been enemies, so the Esro General, Nysalovna, wanted to wipe them out from the inside. I think she's using some kind of dark Esro witchcraft to mind control it. Right, Alicia? You got it. If you don't do something, that Erquine is in real trouble. Well, it does seem in our best interest to prevent such terrible evil. I, for one, am moved by this hero's sad tale, and am eager to accompany him on his quest. Fortunately, the end of that quest is in sight, literally. You are already deep in the Esro General's territory, and have found her dire throne room. Lead the way, horse dude. Okay, I kick the door to the throne room open. The doors fly open. There before you lies the Erquine. It seems to be guarding the throne. It's doing the Esro General's bidding, just as Sir Ardomain feared. No! Are we going to have to hurt it? Nysalovna cackles as you're taken off guard. You'll never take my Erquine from me. Prepare for your final battle. As Sir Ardomain thinks about his bond with the Erquine, the swirling emotions help him discover his tactics power. Oh, that's good. What does it do? It's called Erquine Arrow. It's a special piercing arrow powered by your special bond. The Erquine is helping me. I have to help it too. You might need to attack the Erquine a couple times if you want to help it. Erquine Arrow. Cost tactics points, cooldown, damage and range, line, burst, and fire. Due to the Erquine's magic, its rider can imbue arrows with the fire of their mutual respect. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Shadow Cult Druid, that's new. Alright, let's give this a shot. So let's see. Line attack, burst, fire. Oh, so it bursts in every direction. Oh, okay. Interesting. Or, no, does it? I don't know. No, okay, it's not every direction. That's very cool, though. So it's basically a three-row line. The robot horse. Amazing. Okay, that's kind of funny. Alright, so let's see here. Don't worry, I'll count all your attacks on the air coin as non-lethal damage. If you can get its hit points low enough, you'll be able to stun it. That makes sense. I'd like you to stop brambling me to— oof. Oof. That is quite a bit of damage there. Let's see, just one magical damage from that, so I think maybe I don't think that'll get him close enough. Shoot. There we go. Oof. Took a bit more damage than necessary. Whoops. That's fine. This traditional wooden saddle can also be used as a flotation device in case of an emergency water landing. Nice. The Airquine is subdued, but still full of boiling anger. It glares at you. Hi. I don't want to fight you. The Airquine doesn't hear you. It's surrounded by whirls of black and purple energy, and it seems like those must be pretty loud. Then, I take out a painting I made. Aww. Of the Airquine, back when he was still himself. As a horse. Whoa, did you just draw on the back of your character sheet? It's really good. I wanted to remember that it has the heart of a horse. I put all our memories into this painting. Actually, you need a level 6 spell to reverse cognition-altering effects, plus you had to declare the painting in your inventory. What's that? I can't hear Colin over the magical sparkling sound that's happening. The sound of the magic of true friendship and self-expression. The whirls around the creature change color, and it seems to be returning to its old self. And with that, the Airquine is returned safely home, and your honorable word fulfilled. That was, pretty fun. Yeah, okay, that was actually pretty cool. I'm glad. You did really well for your first time, Batu. Right, guys? Hell yeah, you were like Snake Plissken, but with a horse instead of a gun. Oh my god, Jacob, you nerd. You were most excellent, Sir Cavalier. Maybe I could come by and play with you guys again sometime. Aww. By the way, my horse's name was White Falcon. That's good detail. Cool. Alright, I think that's enough for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be sure to come back next time, and apparently we will take on... Which club are we fighting next? No, seriously, I don't remember. Yeah, jeez, I have no idea who we're fighting next. Oh, right, no, I remember. It was the New Wave Club. Okay, cool. Alright, let's come back next time and we'll fight the New Wave Club. And I'll see you all then. Or later, or whatever. Oh, right, YouTube garbage, etc., etc. Bye!